Hello, I am Jin-Ho, YellOw, of KTF Magicans. What I'm going to show you now, or try to demonstrate, is one of Zerg's most basic build orders. It's a build order versus Terran. So I will show you what to do during early and mid game, and I will hope you will learn a lot. Okay, so here I am playing on a map called the Lost Temple. Those who play StarCraft will probably recognize it, as it is very often used. Normally on Lost Temple, when you play Zerg vs Terran, what usually happens is that the Zerg player quickly takes the natural. The Terran often tries to do something about the Zerg natural and muster up a handbang or a strong one-blow rush. The game usually takes this pattern. So for the Zerg to have the edge, you must succeed in securing the natural. So these days Terran users often attempt what they call the bunkering, where they gather up a few offensive units earlier on and attack quickly. They often have this style of play. Therefore, in this case, instead of taking the natural straight away, you make the spawning pool with a 12th drone, thus enabling you to match up in number of units earlier on in order to defend. In the same way earlier on, if you start making Zerglings after 12th pool, the timing of the unit production is the same as that of the Terran player, so you can safely take your natural without any hassle. So there an enemy SCV has been sent by the opponent in order to scout me. It appears to be trying to hinder the construction of the hatchery. In this case, it is best to send out 2 drones out in order to build the hatchery. However, if the Terran player starts on the defensive rather than the offensive, it could be the case that he or she has less units than suspected. Therefore you should attack with his early Zerglings, and it is always good to send a drone to scout in order to find out what's going on. When you start off 12th pool and then take the natural, it results in an insufficient amount of resources. Therefore it's best to make a 3rd hatchery than climbing the tech. In doing so, even though you give up on the tech option, you will be better off financially in order to stay ahead of the game earlier on.
테크트를 보게 하는 반면 자원적에서 좀 더 이제 우세를 점할 수가 있죠.
Right now, after scouting, I've just seen academy with my scouting unit, which is a building for researching upgrades for the higher tech Terran units. This signifies that the Terran opponent will probably fight with a force consisting mainly of ground infantry, such as marines and medics. Therefore, I have made a couple of sunken colonies for defense. Earlier on, because I took the 12 port option, my attack has not been too quick. Therefore, you must match up to the opponent's tech tree whenever you have enough resources to do so. Because the tech is slow, when the opponent uses dropships, there are often cases of suffering heavy damage without even being able to prevent it. And in order to prevent such situations, it's always important to upgrade your Zergling speed and make some more Zerglings for safety when necessary. Here comes the dropship. In this case, there was a fast cliff drop as the opponent realized that my tech was quite late. So I'm going to use my Zerglings to draw fire and buy some time for my air units to be completed in order to fight the tanks off.
그렇기 때문에 최대한 이렇게 유닛을 소비해주면서 최대한 타이밍을 끄는 겁니다. 용돈 유닛이 나올 때까지 시간을 끌어야겠죠.
My tech was late, and although there was a bit of damage received, I can increase my chances of winning, having fought off this early offensive. And as my unit production has begun, I can start producing my high-tech units. Because I started off with a 3-hatch build, I have a slight edge in terms of resources. Now the opponent will be lacking in resources and minerals, and therefore will try to expand to make up for this. So it's always good to hinder his income through a series of good mutualist caresses. Earlier on, I sacrificed fast tech for a build that would enable me to have a good unit production later on, unlike my opponent, who climbed tech very quickly instead to use my weakness and tank drop. However, because I fought the early harassment off very easily, the later stages of the game will be heavily in my favor.
초반부터 자원이 많아, 이제 초반부터 자원이 많은 제가 게임을 유리하게 이끌어갈 수가 있는 거죠. 상대는 이렇게
It's not possible for the opponent to have a larger force than me, because his play was based around a fast tech.
경기를 했기 때문에
Therefore, a straightforward attack is easily possible by me because of his lack of units.
아마 큰 무리가 없을 것 같습니다.
Okay, so the game's ended. In that game, which lasted 11 minutes 50 seconds, I have shown you how I progress and adjust my play. What I really want to focus on is the fact that my 12 spawning pool starting build is very effective in defending against early Terran attacks, such as bunker rushes. It enables you to take the natural very easily and gives you the option to harass and scout with your early Zerglings. Having secured the natural, you will be able to gather up a fair bit of money despite your slow tech. You can make up for the slow tech through the production of speed upgraded Zerglings earlier on. In my case, my opponent came with a surprise cliff drop and I managed to fight it off in the end through sacrificing my Zerglings until I was able to go high tech. I think that if you learn to deal with such problems through practice and experience, this build is a very good choice.